What is going on, guys? SCP Media here again today for another video. And what we're going to be doing today is going to be answering a question that I have been asked many times on Instagram. I've actually, even on this YouTube channel, already had several people comment asking. So the question in concern here today is, what setup am I running on my 6.0? And a lot of people get kind of confused about what year it is, just because I have done the front end conversion on it. And my coilovers and whatnot. So that's what I'm here today to answer. So gonna be running you over the basics of it and what all I have done to it. I really do want to do a feature one day about, you know, everything I have done to it, going in and out of it, all around it. That is definitely gonna be in the works. There's some other things that I'd like to finish really before I do a video kind of showcasing it like that. But basically we're going over my setup today. All right, so basically I'm gonna be showing you a few things on the truck. Like I just said a second ago, I'm not gonna do, you know, some crazy in and out video under the hood, wherever, all over the place, because there is quite a bit of stuff I'd like to do before I, you know, do a quote unquote showcase for you guys. Anyways, just some questions people always ask me, and here is just kind of an explanation behind why a lot of people ask those questions. So first of all, everybody always asks me what year it is. And obviously I always say, and I've said many times, it's a 2004. The bumper and grill on it are from an 0507 6.0. Very easy conversion, basically just bolts up. I mean, literally nothing special to it. But what actually really throws people off is my coilover setup. So the truck is sitting on 8-inch Fabtech Dirt Logic. I believe it's the 2.0 coilovers. And that's something that obviously if a lot of you guys are not into 6.0s, or even if you are, some people just don't know, 03 and 04 6.0s were leaf spring in the front, just like the predecessor, the 7.3. They came with just a standard leaf spring under the front. So like I said, I've got the 8-inch Fabtech coilovers up here up front, put together with this front end. So that is what leads a lot of people to ask me what year this truck is, what setup am I running. And one other thing here, I'm gonna go ahead and just show you the whole truck up front, the coilovers, whatnot. And I do want to answer a few questions also about the coilovers themselves. So I've had many people ask me, are these things worth it? So to answer that question, are these coilovers worth it? No, they are absolutely not worth it. And I'm not saying that because they're bad quality, because don't get me wrong, I love Fabtech, I love their lifts they make, I love their customer support, I love everything about them. They are a great company. And one other question you guys are probably thinking as I'm talking right now, why do you have them on your truck if you're saying this? I'll get to that in a second. So long story short, these coilovers have a pretty hefty price tag. They're around $2,500 to $3,000 just for these Dirt Logic coilovers, and that is not including this lift that you can get them with through Fabtech, the 4-link. The coilovers with the 4-link, I want to say the complete kit is around $5,000 or $6,000, and to me, I up front already see the possibilities that I can take, or the different routes I can take with that $5,000 or $6,000 instead of spending it on a kit like that. So that in a whole is why I say it's not worth it. And the reason it's not worth it, you know, yeah, it's an 04 truck. There's no other coilover conversion kit that I know of, unless you were to custom fab something or get somebody to custom fab something, is because you can literally take these trucks, just like I've swapped the front end, no big deal, whatever. You can swap an 05 through 07 or even newer axle up under these things for just as much or less as you could do this coilover conversion. Now when I say less, I don't necessarily mean you're going to be throwing coilovers back up under this thing, because potentially if you just ran coil springs, you could honestly do it for really cheap. And if you're doing the labor yourself, it's, I mean, $1,500 potentially, and you could have this thing swapped over to a newer axle. And I would always recommend, if you're going to do the swap, find a roller truck. Now I don't know what I'm going to do when I do it, but I know a roller truck, you can literally, even if it's just a frame and axles under it, as long as it's a roller and everything's there, it's going to make it a lot easier for you, because you're not going to be chasing down certain bolts, certain little small, you know, components that you may not see or think about. It's all going to be there. So that's just going to make it 10 times easier in order to do the said swap. So the thing about these coilovers and this coilover conversion, this whole kit, and why I would stand behind the quality of it and stand behind the fact that, yeah, I do think it's a good kit. I enjoy it. I like it. But why would it not be worth it in that case? Now, going back on what I said a second ago about the axle conversion. Yeah, you could swap it on coil springs, whatnot, newer axles for like $1,500. But for a few grand more, you know, potentially around the same exact dollar mark, the $5,000 to $6,000 mark, what you would spend on this complete bolt-up kit, you could swap to the newer axles, but you could also get a higher end coilover such as a King, Fox. You know, there's quite a few different options nowadays on the market. And you could go with like PMF suspension components. There's also all kinds of different companies that make components for these trucks nowadays. But potentially you could be on, even though these are good quality, a lot better of a quality suspension for around the same exact price. And you're also going to be getting the benefits of the newer axle, which don't quote me 100% on it because I'm not sure of all the positives and negatives, but I can definitely tell you you're getting better brakes, you're getting a little bit wider axle for all you guys that are obsessed with the stance, which I can't lie, I'm a little bit guilty of that myself. I do like it, but you're getting a little bit wider stance, you're getting a better turning radius too. So I'm sure there's probably quite a bit more that's good about doing the conversion. Now, honestly, I don't think there's anything negative to say about it. I don't have anything to tell you guys that I know of that's going to be negative about swapping it. But realistically, like I said, I mean, you're getting a lot better components, a lot better looking components, in my personal opinion, just all around better situation, scenario, whatnot, for the same price, if not a little bit less. Now, it just depends on how crazy you get with your powder coat and whatnot, but you should be able to potentially have it with a decent 4-link, you know, good adjustable track bar, all that good stuff, nice coilovers, and some powder coat for between $4,000 to $6,000, in my opinion. You know, of course, there's a few other things you got to swap over. You do have to get a new steering gear and a few other things like that when you do the swap, but nothing crazy at all. I mean, really and truthfully, if you can install any sort of lift on your truck that you currently have, you should be able to do the axle swap. It may take a little bit more time if you've never done something that extensive before, but it is more or less bolt up. Now, there is a few things you got to do that kind of keep it from being quote unquote bolt up, but realistically it does just bolt right up. So definitely the way to go if you're playing with one of these trucks. So what a lot of you are probably thinking, and I would be too, if this is my opinion on the suspension that I'm currently running on my truck, why the hell do I have it? Why did I spend the money to buy it and put it on my truck? Well, long story short, one day I was driving down the road and there was a box in a ditch and it said Fabtech on it, and I stopped, pulled over, and I checked it out, and it was in the box. So that's it. That's why I have it on my truck. Anyways, obviously I'm full of shit. I didn't find it in a box on the side of the road. I was in the market for a 6.0. I had just sold my F-150 and I was dying to get one of these things. And I was looking for a grandpa truck, bone stock truck. I wanted it, I didn't even want it studded. I wanted just a bone stock truck. And I was looking, I had gone and test drove a few. And of course, every time I go to record a video, some loud shit starts happening here. I don't even care. You guys probably don't care either. So I'm looking, and finally I find this truck. Well, I'm not gonna say this truck because yeah, it's the same truck technically, but I'll go ahead and just throw up a picture. So as you can see, looks like a completely different truck. I found this thing, was not studded, had a blown head gasket, looked like the ultimate just dad truck. Had the LED projector ring headlights that I never ever, even back in my days of driving a clapped out F-150 and thinking splatter paint was cool when I was 16, 17, did I ever think these headlights look good? Who in their right mind would put a plain white headlight beam, just like OEM factory headlights on an older truck, behind LED rings? I don't know. But anyways, that's what this thing had, as you can see. Truck was on 9 wide wheels with 38 1550 tires and this 8-inch Fabtech kit. So pretty much the only thing that is still on this truck from when I bought it is this Fabtech coilover conversion, because obviously I haven't axle swapped it yet, like I was just telling you guys was a possibility for one of these things. So obviously I'm not going to take it off and go back to leaf springs, because these things are pretty good. I like them. I genuinely do. There's no reason to swap them until I do the full-on axle swap. But long story short, it was a Texas truck. You know, some dad in Texas was driving around in this thing, and I wish I had it here so I could show you. But the tailgate that I took off of it, which was long before I got this shop, so that's why it's sitting in my house. I put a 2015 Super Duty tailgate on it, but my old tailgate had these little dents in it that looked just like somebody shot it with a shotgun. I mean, that we were all just, I still think somebody did. I don't know how it happened. I don't know if some old boy was over getting him some, you know, sleeping with some old girl, and then her boyfriend came home. Long story short, gun got pulled. This kit is something that with a little research you would realize you could be a lot better in the long run. Kind of going back to my flipping video, sometimes a little research can take you a long way, and a little digging can take you a long way. For the same amount of money, if not less, you can be better off. What are my plans for this truck? And I'm going to start off by saying, here recently, I have kind of put this thing on the back burner a little bit. Not because I care any less for it than I ever have, but getting this shop and just a lot of other aspects of life. And on top of it, like I said, I love this truck, but I also love cars just as much as I love trucks. Sick of it! I'm sick of it! I'm sick of it! I'm one of those people that's just passionate about anything with a motor. Really, I am. And one of the things I've been working on, and one of the things I want to get, not only for me personally, but to bring more content to this channel, is a car. Now, I'm not going to spoil what I'm going to get, when I'm going to get it, you know, how I'm going to get it, whatever, because that's going to, you know, take away from the point of doing a lot of this shit. But been focusing a lot more on the car side of the automotive industry, I guess you could say, along with the truck stuff. So that's why this thing's kind of been on the back burner. But what my plans are for it are honestly what I pretty much just told you guys about. Definitely going to do the axle conversion to this thing. Hopefully, it's, like I said, it's on 8 inches now, as you see and as you have seen. I want to put it on either 10 or 12 inches. I'm not positive of exactly what coilovers I want to go with. King is obviously a big option that everybody goes with. It's like with the suspension components. Originally, I was all, you know, yeah, PMF, that's what I got to go with. So many people have done it that I'm just not sure if I want to now. But at the same time, it's because the quality is so good. They're a great company. But there's so many options, just like the coilovers. I mean, there's endless possibilities of things you can pair together and do, you know, especially if you're trying to make something, you know, your own and customize it how you like it. So my plans for this thing are 100% to do the not coilover conversion. I keep saying that shit. You guys don't know it because I didn't put it in here, but I have literally had to restart like 4 times just because I keep saying coilover conversion. Because yeah, it has a coilover conversion, but we're trying to talk about the damn axle conversion. So yes, I do want to do that. Yes, I am going to do that. And I think something that's going to be brought to this channel will be the process of me doing it. And I'm pretty stoked about that, because I don't know of many people who have ever put up a video of the complete process. You know, I know there is videos on like stock trucks and stuff, but there's nobody that I know that has done a series, or really that has done like an updated timeline of them swapping and putting coilovers and doing, you know, all the bigger stuff like that to a truck like this. So I'm pretty stoked. So like I said, I'm gonna be trying to do this every week. I don't know how consistent I'll be able to stay with it, and damn, did that make me dizzy. I don't know if I'm going to be able to consistently upload every week, just because, like I said in last video, every video I've said I'll quit saying it. I do have a full-time job, so it's kind of hard to keep up with that and everything else going on, accompanied with just life. I mean, life is crazy, and when you're first starting out on YouTube, you know, it's kind of hard to keep the content completely fresh, but a lot is in the making for that. So you guys keep liking it, keep subscribing, keep tuning in, and that will be doing me the biggest solid ever. Hopefully all those questions have been answered. If there is any more, feel free to comment. Feel free to hit me up on Instagram at BlanePhillips8 or at Southeastern Precision. Either way, a lot of people have in the past, And I've always tried to answer accordingly, but it is a little bit hard to, you know, talk about all this and describe all this, just typing, just kind of like texting. I freaking hate texting. I mean, I do it just like everybody else, but it's so hard to be as descriptive and just get in depth with something without actually being able to show somebody. So that was my whole point behind this video. I really appreciate you guys for tuning in. All right, so can y'all tell me who is in that poster? Who is that on that poster?
I have no idea.
You have no idea. You have not remotely even a clue who that is on that poster.
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
No? Okay. All right. Next contestant. Would you like to tell me who is on that poster? Would you like to tell me? Would you like to tell me? Because I'm going to be very disappointed if you can't tell me who it is on that poster. And I'm not talking about the whole group. I'm talking about one single person. One single person. Who is it?
Doc fucking Holiday.
It's Doc fucking Holiday. You are damn right.